for two reasons. One is from an underlying standpoint, there's a lot of money being made potentially in payments. Most people want the fastest, easiest, cheapest solution out there. And if they're already on Facebook and it's seamless, as Amazon's already shown us, you'll keep spending more and more money, on the same platforms. The second is we're not talking at the moment about antitrust or privacy violations or hate speech. Facebook has just gotten a torrent of bad press time and time again for the last 18 months or so, and it's because bad things keep happening, and they've had no other narrative to counter it. Now, all of a sudden, there's this counter-narrative of Libra, which is a legitimately interesting idea.
It looks to me like Facebook is using the Android playbook here. Google created Android, but then really Google mobile services on top of Android is really the business. And they're saying, okay, we're putting Libra out there, but,
Sure, AWS is another example of that, right? So yeah, absolutely, and that's smart to do because they've built all this giant infrastructure, and I think on one hand they know that they've got 2.3 billion people on the platform. There's going to be some erosion because some people now say the trade-off between what I'm getting, sharing my cat photos with my 8th grade best friend, compared with the privacy I'm giving up. Some people will say, okay, this trade-off doesn't work for me. But the more and more that there are other functions on the platform that are really interesting for you, the more you're willing to say, you know what, all in all, I'm better off being on this.
Right. I think what's interesting is the level of cooperation they're getting from other franchise players, right? I mean, did that take you back? I mean, MasterCard, Square, Uber, Andreessen, obviously.
I think, a lot of them are just buying into the notion that the more that you can have people on a centralized platform, the better off you are. So Uber's saying, if we think Facebook's going to continue to have a couple of billion customers, we want whatever we can do to have access to those people, and therefore we'll be on the platform. The real divide here, I think, is a little between the core crypto people and kind of this development, right? So this is, in very many ways, a centralized cryptocurrency, right? It's Facebook, one of the biggest, most important companies in the world. When people started first investing in crypto, it was a very pirate-like mentality of we don't believe in central banks and Federal Reserves, and people who are really early adopters of Ethereum or Bitcoin in some ways, they'd be pretty wary about something like this. But I don't think that's what Facebook's going after in the first place.
You think it has implications for those other names?
Yeah, I mean, it does in the sense that if you're looking at the long-term growth of those other cryptocurrencies, if people will say, you know what, Libra is just fine for all the stuff that me as a normal consumer needs to do, then I think that's a risk to it. On the flip side, if you said the only people who are ever going to really transact in things like Bitcoin are people who are just never going to believe in the central system, then I don't think they're going to believe in Facebook any more than they do in the U.S. government.